Joining me now is Kevin McGary, co-founder of Every Black Life Matters and president of the Frederick Douglass Foundation of California, and Horace Cooper, author and legal commentator. Kevin, you know, it's extremely sad for everyone, the victims mostly, but also for a lot of these young people in urban America especially, who are taught that victimhood pays and that violence is actually just a perfectly fine instinct. What has to happen next?
Yeah, thank you for having me, Laura. It is what we're seeing is a complete undermining of all of the systems. We see the undermining of family, the undermining of education by our children being propagandized to and brainwashed into thinking that everything has to do with, colonialists and supremacists that have taken over all of our all of the money and all of the jobs, and therefore you're a victim. You got to go out and get yours because they're the ones who have taken your opportunity. And these are messages that have been postulated now for the past 2 generations, I would say. And right now they're really hitting stride. So this is all part of a Marxist kind of, cultural Marxist kind of stream that we're in now, where we see the outcomes that are wholly disproportionate. We don't even see certain types of crimes being as you've so eloquently stated, we don't even see certain types of crimes being talked about because it's an inconvenient narrative. Everything is being narrative driven, and they want, if they can, to try to get the races aggrieved and clashing and bitter and hateful towards one another, because that is, and then it produces another cog, if you will, that really undermines American and ultimately, provides a system that is in collapse. When it's in collapse, then of course we can go into the globalist, communist stuff.
Horace, things have gotten so bad in Washington, D.C., our nation's capital, that the mayor, Muriel Bowser, has finally been forced to try to respond to this crisis. This is what she said.
I will declare public emergencies to allow the government's response, especially to procuring services, to be expedited. Those issues are opioid overdoses, and the second issue is youth violence.
Well, Horace, I mean, she's kind of stating the problem that we already know exists, but what after that? The D.C. has become, in large part, an unlivable city because people are scared in D.C. And now it's an emergency? I say it was an emergency a long time ago, wasn't it?
You left out the most exciting clip where they're going to give out Apple AirTags so that when your car gets stolen, you can track it down. And great, let me figure this out. I'm a law-abiding citizen. Criminal took my car. I'm going to go and meet my criminal. What good can come from that? Now, I just want to say this broadly speaking. This neo-Marxist cultural attack on America has managed to do what COVID couldn't, and that is it has led to a quicker loss of life for Black Americans. The age at which Blacks are dying because of the crime wave is dropping relative to the rest of the population. In fact, in 21 and in 22, the Centers for Disease Control listed for Black Americans something that it hasn't listed for any other group. It says loss of life by homicide, one of the top 10 causes of death. Not for Asians, not for whites, not for Native Americans, but for Black Americans. There's good news, though. Because the open season that is leading to the CVS closing in your community, so that grandma has to take a bus to get to pick up her prescriptions, and it costs more money at this new location. The good news is that Black Americans are telling anyone who will listen they are no longer staying on the Democrat plantation. Record numbers of Black Americans are showing up on social media, and they're telling pollsters they're not going along with this. They want the America that our founders fought for.
All right, Kevin, Democrats to that point have been beginning to hemorrhage Black voters. Here's how the Biden campaign, though, responded to what seems to be a new reality.
We have to talk about the MAGA extremists who want to roll back the progress that we've been able to achieve. And so our focus on a campaign has to be on telling this message over the course of the next 12 months. We have to be honest about the brick wall of MAGA extremism that we continue to run into when we're trying to get things done for the American people.
Kevin, does he mean the MAGA extremism that led to record home ownership by African Americans, or rising median incomes, or an enforced border? Or I mean, was that the MAGA extremism?
Yeah.
I guess we'll take that MAGA extremism.
Yeah.
Your reaction, is that going to work?
These ridiculous tropes do not work. I mean, the reality is your average black family is feeling it. We're feeling not double-digit inflations, in some cases 3x inflation, right? Yes. Every time we go to the store, every time we're filling up our cars, we're feeling it. Those elderly black Americans that are on fixed income, they're feeling it. I mean, they have to somehow accommodate an $800 a month hit, because that's your average American citizen is paying $800 a month more under the Bidenomics than we did in the prior administration. It's about $9,600 a year. So everyone's feeling it. It's pervasive, and that's what we're feeling. Forget the tropes about MAGA, this and that. That's ridiculous. We understand what we have to endure, what we're currently feeling, our ability and our progeny not being able to buy homes, not being able to get investments because of interest rates being so high.
Yeah, and
all
Horace,
of this has a pervasive effect.
Sorry to interrupt, but Horace, really quickly, will we see a significant erosion? I'd say 5% or more is a significant erosion of the black vote in 2024 toward Republicans.
Blacks are going to vote in numbers that are going to exceed 15%. It could be close to 20%, but it will definitely exceed 15%, making states like Pennsylvania, even New Jersey, difficult for the left to be able to carry. But they own this. The progressives created this heartbreak in black America, and black Americans are standing up, and they're saying no more.
Gentlemen, thank you both.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.